Have you ever imagined a world where everyone could speak every language? Picture it. A realm where every conversation, every interaction is no longer bound by the confines of language barriers. An Earth where linguistic diversity unifies rather than divides. It's an intriguing thought, isn't it? A world where every word, every phrase, every idiom is understood by all. How would that change our lives, our societies, our very existence? Intrigued? Let's dive into what that world might look like. Firstly, imagine the ease of communication. No longer would language barriers be an obstacle. Every person, regardless of their geographic location, could understand and be understood by anyone else. Imagine the simplicity of this world. A world where a conversation is as straightforward as speaking your own mother tongue. This universal fluency would not only make communication more convenient, but could potentially increase our understanding and empathy towards each other. Misunderstandings born out of language differences would become a thing of the past. We could truly listen to each other's stories, experiences, and perspectives, fostering a deeper connection with our fellow humans. Think about it. A world where every voice can be heard, every story can be understood, and every emotion can be felt, regardless of the language it's expressed in. That's the potential power of universal communication. Bridging the language gap could bring us all a little closer together. Next, consider the changes in education. Gone would be the days of language classes. No more struggling with conjugations in Spanish class, or trying to memorize French vocabulary. This would free up a significant chunk of curriculum time. Imagine, if you will, the possibility of diving deeper into subjects like science, history, mathematics, or the arts. Now that the necessity of language learning has been eliminated, this could potentially lead to a revolution in the education sector. The curriculum could be redesigned to focus on fostering creativity, critical thinking, and problem-solving skills. We might see a shift from traditional teaching methods to more experiential learning. The world's knowledge would be at everyone's fingertips without the barrier of language. Of course, this is all speculative, but it's fascinating to ponder the potential changes in education if everyone suddenly became fluent in every language. Educational institutions would certainly see a shake-up. Now, picture the ease of travel. Imagine stepping off a plane in a foreign country, blending into the crowd seamlessly, understanding every word around you. It's like having a universal translator, isn't it? Language barriers, once a formidable hurdle for many travelers, would simply cease to exist. Navigating through bustling city streets, ordering local cuisine, haggling in markets, or simply asking for directions would become effortless tasks. No more awkward sign language or fumbling with translation apps. In this new linguistic landscape, the potential for increased tourism is vast. People would feel more confident to explore off-the-beaten-path destinations, fostering a more equitable distribution of tourism. This would in turn boost local economies and encourage cultural exchange on a scale we've never seen before. Interacting with locals, understanding their customs, their stories, their jokes. Travel would transform from being merely sightseeing to truly experiencing other cultures. Travel would become an even more enriching experience. Let's talk business. Imagine a world where language barriers don't exist. A world where everyone is fluent in every language. How would this impact businesses and economies? Well, international trade would likely skyrocket. Without the hurdle of language differences, companies could freely communicate and negotiate with businesses all over the globe. This could lead to more partnerships, more collaborations, and ultimately, more growth. Think about the potential for increased globalization. With everyone speaking the same language, we could see a more integrated global economy, where goods, services, and ideas flow freely across borders. Companies would no longer need to spend resources on translation services, making business operations more efficient and cost-effective. Moreover, markets could become more competitive as businesses gain access to a wider consumer base. The result? Better products, better services, and better prices for consumers. So, in this world of universal fluency, the global economy could see a significant boost. What about the arts? You might ask. Well, imagine literature, film, and music in a world where everyone is fluent in every language. The barriers that language often poses would crumble, opening the door to a heightened level of cultural exchange and understanding. Books penned by authors from remote corners of the world would be accessible to all, sparking a global literary renaissance. Similarly, foreign films would no longer require subtitles or dubbing, allowing the original performances to shine through in their full emotional intensity. Music too would be transformed. Lyrics in any language would resonate with listeners globally, creating a universal musical language that transcends borders. Art in all its forms is a means of communication, a way to express our shared human experience. If everyone were fluent in every language, the artistic dialogue would be amplified, enriched by voices from every culture. This could lead to a surge in creativity and innovation, as artists draw inspiration from a broader range of sources. Artistic expression could reach new heights. But not all would be rosy. Let's delve into a potential downside: the loss of language diversity and cultural identity. You see, languages are more than just communication tools. They are the carriers of history, tradition, and unique ways of thinking. Each language reflects the culture and worldview of its people. If everyone spoke every language, we could see a homogenization of cultures, a blending that might lead to the extinction of some languages, erasing parts of human history. Moreover, the importance of language preservation can't be overstated. Preserving a language means preserving knowledge. Each language has its own set of idioms, expressions, and proverbs that encapsulate the wisdom of its people. We could lose this wealth of knowledge if everyone suddenly became fluent in every language. Remember, language is not just about understanding, it's about identity, diversity, and heritage. Some things might be lost in translation. And what about jobs? If everybody woke up one day fluent in every language, some professions would likely take a hit. Think about it. Translation services and language teaching would become virtually obsolete. Gone would be the days of struggling to communicate with a foreign client or frantically looking for an interpreter. But it's not all doom and gloom. While some jobs might disappear, new ones could spring up. With the language barrier eliminated, international collaboration would be easier than ever. We might see an increase in global project management roles, international liaisons, and cross-cultural consultants. Businesses could expand more readily into new markets, creating a demand for global strategists and marketers. Moreover, the arts would flourish with this newfound linguistic fluidity. We could witness a rise in multilingual productions, requiring a new wave of multilingual actors, directors, and scriptwriters. So yes, while some jobs would vanish, others could bloom in their place. The job market would certainly see some changes. Lastly, consider the technological implications. In a world where everyone is multilingual, we may find ourselves bidding adieu to translation apps and language learning software. No more Google Translate or Duolingo, folks. With the universal fluency, these tools would become obsolete, freeing up technological resources and efforts for other pursuits. Just imagine the possibilities. The tech industry could shift its focus towards enhancing other aspects of communication, such as developing software that can accurately interpret emotions or creating virtual reality systems that can replicate physical interactions. Or perhaps they could divert their attention to solving other pressing global issues like climate change or healthcare. In essence, the technological landscape would undergo a significant transformation. It would be a shift from creating solutions to bridge language barriers towards pioneering innovative technologies that could further enhance our lives in ways we can't even fathom yet. So in this linguistically unified world, technology would need to adapt and evolve. So, to recap our journey into a multilingual world, we've explored the idea of everyone suddenly becoming fluent in every language. We delved into the potential impacts on universal communication, where misunderstandings would be a thing of the past, and the global community could truly connect at a deeper level. We talked about the transformation of education, where learning languages would no longer be a necessity, freeing up time and resources for other subjects. We've also imagined the ease of travel, making it a more enriching and immersive experience. We've discussed how businesses could thrive in this globalized economy, breaking down barriers and reaching new markets. And let's not forget the arts. Literature, music, cinema could be appreciated in their original language, creating a more authentic and profound experience. But we've also considered the potential drawbacks. The loss of language diversity could lead to the erosion of cultural identities and heritage. Certain jobs like translators or language teachers could become obsolete, and technological changes would be inevitable, as translation software and language learning apps would no longer be needed. In this hypothetical multilingual world, the benefits are numerous, but so are the challenges. It would reshape our societies, economies, and cultures in ways we can't fully anticipate. It would undoubtedly bring us closer together, but at the same time it could blur the lines that make us unique. It's a fascinating thought, isn't it? A world without language barriers, full of possibilities and challenges alike.